Welcome to Chalchitra Talks. Follow JoJo's Pelishri's 2018 masterpiece Ee.Ma.Yau, which has a total duration of around 2 hours, the score, or BGM as they call it, accounts for just 13 minutes. Those 13 minutes are the last 13 minutes of the film, including the 10-minute credit sequence. That's the thing, you never notice the lack of score because the drama itself is so captivating. Composer Prashant Pillai's decision to sense that there's no need for music to accompany the drama at most times is inventive, to say the least. He deserves a huge credit here, apart from the director. Pillai chooses not to underline emotions and influence the audience with his music in any sort of way. In the opening and at a few places, diegetic music is employed, music whose source is visible on screen. However, this is part of the setting and not an external source of music. I had a similar sort of a realization after watching 2019's Portrait of a Lady on Fire, where there is no score at all. Again, there are a couple of instances of diegetic music, in the climax most prominently. But the film relies heavily on sound design. Ee.Ma.Yau's sound is top-notch as well. The sound editing and Foley build an effective landscape for every setting to complement the drama in the absence of a full-fledged score. When Prashant Pillai does employ music, it is at the right time and hits the right note. After a lot of hassles in the burial, a dejected and raging Ishi digs a grave right in his courtyard and buries his father. He inserts a cross on top of the pile and sits beside it, absolutely crushed. Here, Pillai writes a powerful requiem, music that is associated with funerals. However, this piece is far from a typical requiem. Why? Because this is not a typical peaceful funeral. To punctuate the requiem, Pillai experiments with an instrument called the didgeridoo, a wind instrument indigenous to Australia. This occasionally creates an air of horror to mirror the horror of the situation and the horror of the people gathered at Ishi's house. So to conclude the discussion, two features of the score stand out. One, Pillai scores 90% of the film with silence. There's no wallpaper music to accompany the action. And when he does use instruments, a didgeridoo fused with a full choir, it is certainly impactful. Just 15 minutes of score, but a stroke of genius.